The end goal of going to school is to make more money, because I wish I mortgaged the house in the UK the second year I arrived. The UK does not favor single people. Hey beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Dale here. If you're seeing my face for the first time, I hope you love my content enough to like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, because as you can tell from the title, today is reflection day. I'm going to be sharing with you things I wish I did differently when I came to the UK. I'm not gonna say I'm regretting anything I'm gonna say today, because I feel like at that point it was what I wanted to do. At that point it was the best decision for me. But now I'm just like, hang on a minute, I think this should have been better. Well, let's find out what I mean. Let's find out what I am trying to say. Right. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Dale Goodness. I vlog about life in the UK, nursing in the UK, and my travel adventures. So do well to hit the subscribe button. I wish I mortgaged the house the second year I arrived in the UK. Now, I'm going to be telling you why I didn't, because to be honest, I'm someone that has a lot of things planned out, and sometimes I feel like I make so much informed decision. I don't know if you know what I mean. I make informed decision, and at that point I feel that's the best for me. But of course, we are humans and we are able to change what's happening, and okay to have a change in plans and change in decision. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you why I didn't mortgage a house on the second year I arrived. By the way, I am in my third year now. So if you're wondering, I came into the UK September 2019. Woo! It's already 3 years. Where did time go? Like in the UK, you need to be very, very conscious of time, because time flies. I mean, when did I come into the UK and it's already 3 years? Why I didn't mortgage a house on my second year was I had so many drawbacks. Okay, money was not the issue, because in the UK, if you've got 10%, you can easily mortgage a house. Some places like in Wales would allow you if you have 5%, and there are now some government funding system that allows you pay just 5% of your house and you are able to get a house. So money literally isn't the drawback that I didn't mortgage earlier. One of the drawback was I wasn't sure if that was the city I want to live permanently. That was because when you mortgage a house, you especially if it's not a rent-to-rent house, you need to stay in that city. Somehow you are tied down to that city, and as someone who loves adventure, I feel like tying myself down to a city at this age is not going to be so nice for me. Hold up, don't crucify me yet. Getting a mortgage at that time means I need to stay put to a particular job I am in, and for a job I'm not sure I want to do for a long time, it wasn't really the right decision for me to mortgage a house at that point. Because if you mortgage a house in a particular location, you need to find a job close to your home, because most I can drive is say 30 minutes. And when I look around me, 30 minutes, there isn't really good hospitals I would want to walk in. And I'm like, okay, so if anything happens to me in this particular hospital, where am I going to go to? I can't go to anywhere. And then I can't leave because I have got a mortgage I need to meet up. And don't get me wrong, when you get a mortgage, it's not rent to rent. You can't rent it out, especially if you go through the government schemes. You have to live there. It's residential purposes only. So it's you've got to live there. You can't use it for commercial purposes. You can't rent it out. So yeah, there was just a lot of drawback. But now I wish I actually did earlier. So you guys, if you have the opportunity, 1 year ago the house prices was a little bit better, but now the house prices are crazy. So I really wish I did it earlier, but it's fine, no regrets. I wish I invested more in the UK than I did in Nigeria. Now, if you follow my Instagram page, you know that in January I posted about how I'm investing in agriculture, palm oil and all that. That's good, honestly. You can never go wrong with agricultural investment. You can never go wrong with palm oil investment. But now, with the state of Naira and how much I invested, I feel like if I had invested that money in the UK, probably do a rent to rent or just put the whole money in stock or shares. I know that is long term, but I feel like I would have felt better than I am now, because by December I'm going to be having an ROI, and I feel like it's not going to be anything with the rate of Naira now. I feel like it's just depreciated. That I'm not even like at this stage I'm not even putting my mind in that investment anymore, because I feel like it's bad investment. Okay, don't get me wrong, I have investments here, but I feel like I should have all my money, like all my investments should have been in the UK, not in Nigeria. So yeah, no regrets. The money is still there, it's not lost, but I feel like I wouldn't do it anymore. Another thing I regretted not doing is starting off agency after my 6 months of orientation and all that. Yes, I know you need to up your skills, you need to be ready for all the everything. I know all the bits and pieces, okay, I can dot my T's, but I just want to say that you will never be ready for agency shifts. And you guys, agency nursing is the bag here in the UK. I feel like you will never be fully ready, so why waste time? You learn on the job. As long as you go to areas that you have been signed off for, you'll be fine. And I feel like if you don't overwork yourself and all that, you'll be fine. So I started agency after 1 year in the UK, and now I'm just like, I should have started when I was just 6 months, because most agencies will take you if you're 3 months or 6 months. But yeah, I feel 6 months is good enough for me to have started. I didn't for loads of reasons. So yeah, I feel I should have done differently. I wish I went back to school immediately I came to the UK. First, I needed a break, so that's why I didn't go back to school. But now I feel like I should have done it then, because at this moment I really don't have that same urge that same urge to go back to school to get a master's degree. If you know me, if you know my story, when I finished high school in 2012, I immediately went to School of Nursing. And I found out that even before going to School of Nursing, my WAEC result was not out, but I already applied for School of Nursing. And then immediately I finished my School of Nursing in November. January, before my School of Nursing results came out, I was already in the Philippines doing my BSc. And then I feel like I've never had this kind of break off school. I needed to think of ways to make money instead of just school. Because to be honest, aside the fact that, yeah, it helps your self-esteem, going to school does this and that, the end goal of going to school is to make more money, because when you are educated, you tend to be able to apply to higher position and you get there and get more paid. Aside the fact that education is goals, we still need to think of outside education to make money, if that makes sense. Okay, but still, like I said, it's not regrets, okay? It's not like I'm regretting and crying and all. I did that on purpose. With the system in the UK, it's very, very, very different. And I want to first of all say, you don't have to go to school full-time, which I am used to. I'm used to full-time school, like school, and I'm done. But now you just have to pick units, pick courses, make your dissertation, and then apply for a MSc degree, depending on what route you are taking. But I feel like I should have gone back to school immediately and picked up all the courses I needed to, all the units I needed to when I came immediately. But now I'm just dragging it. I'll pick a course now, and by the time I pick the next one, it's going to be months after months. And you guys, it can be discouraging. And the reason why I didn't go back to school immediately was because I wanted my trust to see me to school. I didn't want to pay for my school. I needed my trust to fund it. And when it comes to funding from your trust, it's very, very competitive. Aside the fact that it's very competitive, they need to be short of nurses in that area before they can fund you. And sometimes they have a limited capacity to fund nurses in that area. So they're gonna be like, for this year we only have 3 slots for nurses, and when those 3 slots are gone, they are gone. Okay, so it's really competitive, but we are getting there already. Another thing I wish I did earlier was getting married before coming to the UK. As much as I hate talking about my relationship online or my love life online, because it's not your business, I feel like the UK does not favor single people. Because aside the fact that it's expensive, there are so many things that are cheaper or better as a couple. Like, for instance, getting a mortgage, it's easier when you're a couple. 2 income will be considered, a better deal, like a lesser percentage. Also, imagine coming back from a 12-hour shift, you're all alone in your home, no one to talk to. I mean, sometimes it could be boring and lonely, and you just want someone to do things with you, okay? And friends are not always available, because you know how it is in the UK, you need to book them and all that. But if you're married or if you've got a partner, life is easier, life is less stressful. You've got someone you can always lean to. Your mental health is in a better state. That is if you marry the right person.
It's not my business, though. But let's be guided. Please, wisdom.
Because hey, that's not the topic of today. I feel like people should not make, this is not me, I don't have a house in Nigeria, but I'm just saying, because I've seen a couple of people buy houses or build house from the scratch in their home country, or just for, let me have a house back home. Fine, that's good. It's only good when you're building it for your family, or you have the intention of going back home in a few years. And I'm not saying when you retire, because if you're retiring back home, you should already have a house here before you even think of your retirement plan, because you cannot have something for retirement when you don't have something you are leaning on to now. I mean, why plan for the future when you have not like settled yourself now? It's just like someone is saving food for tomorrow when you are starving today. So I feel like if you are going to build a house in Nigeria or in your home country, regardless, you should already have your mortgage here. And that's because it's cheaper when you mortgage in the UK, okay? At the end of 20 or 25 years, the house becomes yours, and then you don't need to worry about paying of rent and all that. But if you want to get a house or build a house in Nigeria, you're not gonna be there, and that's the truth. You're not going to be there at this time, especially if you're not building for your family. If you're building for your family and you have your mom or your relative going to stay there for you, that's fine. But if you're not building it for anyone, you are just building it to secure your own space when you retire. At this point, I think that should not be a priority if you don't have a house already here in the UK. So what our advice is, get a house here in the UK or mortgage a house first before building a house back home, because who is going to be living in the empty house? No one, absolutely no one. I hope this will help you make informed decisions. If you have any questions about these things I've just said, please let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to help as well. I'm not an expert. I am not a financial advisor as well, but I just feel like it's always good to have a reflection, and I feel like I have a community here now that I can share my mistakes with, and hoping that it helps the next person as well. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but yeah. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like this video, share this video with a friend that you think will benefit from it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.